Well, we got it. Oops, god dang it. Right, dang it. Trying to tell me for a visible crack, they still got a pressure test ahead. He wouldn't listen. I'm like, you got a visible crack, why do you got a pressure test ahead? It's busted. You powder it. Well, it don't show up all the time. If you got one, I mean, when we get home, I'll show you. You can see the freaking crack, no problem. I mean, there's, yeah. Messes out. The one reason I took so long coming up here is because you guys, I get told $300–400 and then it comes back almost double. I paid down on it. And yeah, they just wouldn't listen, so that's okay. I'll just make sure to tell everybody on how good their work isn't. So, alright. God, you know, I've been doing motor stuff and I know better than that. You don't have to pressure test a late model head. You crack check it with the powder and it's going to show whether it's good or not. I mean, oh, that just irritates the piss out of me right now. I mean, god damn. Sorry. Until I got a little weight back there. Let's see. But yeah, he's like, oh, you gotta pressure test this. Cracks don't always show up. Well, then if you can't get a crack to show up with powder, you better stop being in a machine shop. Because obviously you do not know how to use the equipment. God. Hate it when people treat you like you're a fucking kid that don't know shit. Oh, yeah, I'm irritated. I'm having a rotten day. Hey guys, I started out videotaping, but I don't remember what I videotaped, and I was pretty grumpy, so I'm probably not going to use any of what I videotaped, so we're going to start here. Well, today I went up and got my motors back, and I got major problems with this bill. This is on my 454. I don't know what the hell they would have crack checked 8 of at $4.32 and pressure tested. Okay, the pressure test would have been 2 heads. Well, if you use the old Magnaflux system and they're cracked, you're going to see it. And what they were trying to tell me up there is, oh, that don't always work. You got to pressure test them. If you do the powder test first and it's cracked, there is no reason to do a pressure test. So that's another $50-some. And then they charged for cleaning the head. Then there's another sheet here that I can't make heads and tails out of. They ground one crank, and this is marked on the 454, and they did not grind the 454 crank. They cleaned the block, 2 of them. Clean crankshafts. I don't. It looks like they can't mark that to 1 or 2. I don't know. The miscellaneous cleaning, and then check blocks. Okay, that's that. Then here on my Vortec, according to this, they didn't do nothing to my Vortec. There's again 8 crack checks. If they're crack checking pistons, what? I don't know. Then cleaning the heads, clean the intake. Wait till I show you that intake. I mean, I don't get what they did. And then to top it all off, guess what? Get up there to pick up this. I'm hoping the new machine crankshaft is okay, because guess where they got my stuff? Sitting out in an unheated bay right next to where they wash their company trucks. So all my stuff's been exposed to moisture. I haven't even unloaded the truck yet. I'm not sure what we're going to find when we unload. But to tell me that you had to pressure check, I said if you would have done the powder check first and the cracks didn't show, fine. But all these cracks that are there are visible cracks. And that's all I asked for, is have a clean and crack check. Not pressure tested. Nothing was supposed to be pressure tested. And yeah, I guess my face is a little swollen there, huh? So I'm gonna open the door and start unloading this shit and see what we actually got. And see if everything that was clean. Because this is my standard bore 99 Tahoe motor that stayed standard, but the crank needed to be turned. And the rods checked out okay. So hopefully my rods haven't started rusting, and the crank hasn't started rusting. And tell me you got to pressure test something that, if you can visibly see the cracks. Oh, then the guy wanted almost $300 to fix my intake. Wait, and I can fix it myself. I'll weld it up. It's the aluminum intake. I'm going to grind out the rod in aluminum like he was going to do, weld it up and knock it down the best I can. I'll take it in and have it resurfaced. That place is a joke, and I'm going to guarantee you right now, I will never send anybody to that chain again. I will warn people, because this is the second, this is the second store in this chain that I have had trouble with. And then I said, well, you know, I was told everything was going to cost about $300-400 bucks. And the guy is like, well, yeah. Well, if you take their labor off, that's what it cost you. So it hit me on the way home. Store don't pay their labor, you do. So these prices don't include labors. All the other machine shops I've ever dealt with, prices were the labor was included in the price. So any way to get a buck out of a person without having the, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I needed my motor back because I gotta get my other truck going and keep on trying to sell stuff. So we'll get this unloaded and see what it's going to look. What's it look like? Here's how they had everything packaged. Granted, the 454 needs more machine work, but look at that. There's some set of pistons. And that crank was junk, but look at the dirt and everything all over this stuff. So yeah. Oh, then my valve covers that weren't rusty are rusted. Oh, and that was another thing the guy kept throwing in my face. You know how many times I could have sold this stuff? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Well, everybody asking about it. You know what? He would have sold it. He would have found a side of me that he wouldn't have liked. Because when you overcharge and charge hidden prices that you don't make up front to your customer, how's that fair to the customer? They're expecting a $300-400 bill, not an $800 bill. Here's that Vortec intake. See, it's ate in there pretty good. And I know JB Weld and that could fix that, but I think they said it was warped, so it's got to be surfaced anyway. What I'll do is take and grind that out, and then take my aluminum welder, weld that stuff back up, and it was there. And he wanted almost $300 to fix this Vortec intake. I told him, and yeah, the 99 pistons they did and rods they did get cleaned, and they are not rusting, so that's good. I've lost my weight. I leaned in there and grabbed that like I usually do. He didn't move, it just stayed there. So interesting, like I said, to see what that crankshaft looks like. Oh, I'll get those Vortec heads out and show you where the cracks are, and then you'll understand why I'm a little complaining, because they're visible cracks. There was no reason to pressure test them and charged me 50 bucks for pressure testing. So, alright. Getting through, they have either thrown or lost or used my small block valves. My valves and springs are gone right now. He thinks, oh, we won't find the valves, but I might find your springs. And I said, hey, I was charged twice, I guess, for cleaning sets of pistons. And I said, the big block pistons, I can see nothing was done with them. And I said, there's 2 charges on there for that. And the small block ones, you can see they're clean. They're ready to go. Looks like I have to run that one through the parts washer. There's a little crap up underneath, but I mean, for the most part, they took the rings out of those. Those are cleaned and that and ready to go. But okay, let's see if the camera will pick it up. Okay. Yeah, see that crack right there, right in the middle of the screen? That's visible. Why would you have to have a pressure test done? And where is it, Ike? Right there's the crack in that one too. Both visible, but they turn around and charge me 50 bucks to pressure test them because they didn't see it. Excuse me? You couldn't have seen that with the powder? If you couldn't have seen that with the powder, you should have never, you shouldn't be in a machine shop. Well, I guess from now on, any machine shop I go to, we're going to put it in writing, detailed, up front. Yeah. And then these businesses wonder why they're hurting. When you pull dirty shit like that, and that's just, yeah. If I pulled that, you know where I'd be? I'd be over at the courthouse trying to defend myself. I ain't ever tried to pull any shit like that, but yeah, here they do it and they get away with it. Oh. So I guess this video is going to be beware of machine shops. Like I said, the first thing I pull out, a supposed clean oil pan for a big block, which they don't tell me, oh hey, that was rotten through so we didn't clean it or anything, and the gasket's still stuck to it, but yet that's clean. Alright. Then there was one 454 crank. They say it's cracked. Somebody tried welding it up. So I guess I'm just putting that straight in the scrap bin. And now I see in this spot, I don't know if you guys see it, look right there. My truck is giving me fits. If it ain't one thing, it's another for me, ain't it, guys? Oh, here, let's see what the, make sure the new crankshaft here hasn't taken on moisture. Nice that they bossed it up like this. And looks like they were nice and oiled it. Woo! Now I can measure the timing gear so I know which kit to get. Because everybody, every time I talk to somebody, oh, what's the thickness of the crank gear? I don't know. Okay, crankshaft, good. I just spilled some water. I got the humidifier out here. That's my 99 motor stuff. That stuff doesn't good, but yeah, he was like, well, we ain't going to find your old bells. You don't want to use those. I said, he says, you can't put those heads together like that. I said, I know, but I get another set of bare castings. I need my valve springs. Oh shit, the retainers, all that's gone. Yeah, because all that is push rods, roller rockers, and that one. I'm zoomed in, ain't I? Nope. Yeah, rocket arms in that one, and head bolts. Let's see, and the exhaust protection, and all the small bolts. No valve springs, no retainers. Yeah. Alright, well, I guess I'll get the run around there, and I just can't win for losing. Anyway, anybody want a 454 block and heads? Got the block and heads and rods, but now I got rigged up with my press. I can press those pistons off myself. These pistons need to be replaced. Funny thing is, I got the valve springs and valves for the big block. That's all the big block stuff. Got all that back, but nothing for the small block. They're gone. Wonderful. Well, guys, I don't know much else today. This is kind of a, I don't know. This, I just, like I said, if I tried pulling a stunt like they have just done, and then charge what they did, yeah. But anyway, I guess, I think tomorrow, if it ain't raining, well, and if everybody's happier at home tomorrow, might come out and work on the Camaro and do some stuff to that. See if I can get that brake lighting finished and get the brakes working. And what else? I don't know, but work on that in the trailer. I got the metal around here to make the ramps for that, and get that on there. So I guess I'm just tired of getting screwed over and getting it in the shorts, and when I say something, I'm the bad man. But how can you do this to your customers and sleep at night? So I don't know. Those Vortec heads, I got a guy that said he could fix them. I mean, I need a set of Vortec heads, so I think it's getting time to go home and have another dose of medicine, so yeah, it's 4 o'clock. But anyway, I guess watch what you do. Watch how you deal with businesses anymore days. They'll stick you in the rear and break it off and say, oh, well, nope. But charge you more than what a hooker would. Alright. I really think I need a vacay. Oh, wait. See you guys later. Oh. Well, imagine that. My valve springs, my retainers and keepers, been thrown away. They didn't keep them. No. They said if they would have been good, they would have used them. So, yeah, they wanted somebody else's head, I'll guarantee you that. And this 1010 crank here, guess how much I've got wrapped up into that crankshaft? He just figured it up. He just broke it down for me, and that's really making me sick. That 1010 crank, I can buy an aftermarket one, or I could go to Northern Auto Parts and pick up a remanufactured crank, send in the core, have a complete different core, guaranteed, for, what was it, I think last time I checked, 150 bucks. But then you get your core price back, so I don't know. Over $200 in grinding that crank. I said, oh, you know what? I guess the problem is, I said, well, I went to another place, had a crankshaft ground. And this is the machine shop I'm going to go to now. They cleaned, crack checked, and ground the crankshaft. Get this, $125 for everything. This place charged for each, they cleaned it, ground it, then charge you again for cleaning it again. And I'm trying to figure it out. When they crack check your block, then they'll check the valley and the outside of the block evidently. Then they turn around and charge you $4.14 per cylinder to crack check the cylinders on top of the crack checking price that I was told. So if I sit down and figure that out, it actually cost me almost $100 to have the blocks crack checked. And I says, you know, guy, this is not my first motors. I said, I've probably built 300 or 400 motors in my life. Yeah. And he's like, oh. There they go, treating a guy coming in off the street like they think they don't know nothing. I think I better go home and take some blood pressure medicine and sit in front of the AC and yeah. But yeah, they threw my springs and retainers and keepers away from my small block head, so there's extra cost now. And I want to say he showed me the valves, and the valves weren't that bad, but they're gone now. I said, well, you know, you should have really told me all the little extra costs. Because I flat out asked him how much to grind the crankshaft. I said, does that include the cleaning? Yes, $126. Okay, do it. Now to find out I got over $200 just in the crankshaft. And where the other place is, I mean, the other place had done it. They've got engine dyno now, and he's a top name racer going out and doing drag racing and that, and has built some pretty wild shit. And my father-in-law used to work for him, and they don't screw around down there, and they only charged me $126 to do the crankshaft for the other late model motor I've got. But they kind of goofed there too, and they just went ahead and did stuff that they weren't supposed to do. I just wanted the clean crack checked in, and if I need to know what it was going to need to be bored, and yeah, they line and bored the block and pre-bored it, waiting for pistons, and I think they even reconditioned the rods for me already. I'm like, really, guys? Because that was supposed to be $230 to have that stuff checked out so I could bring it home, put it under the bench, and oh, someday I can build it. That's $640 right there right now, so. Which I'll start whittling that down now next. Wow. I can't believe, and like I said, if I tried that kind of crap with people, they'd hunt me down and hang me. As maybe I need to really rethink what I want to do or need to do anymore. I'm just getting... So, I think I said it earlier, but if I didn't, if somebody knows of a good 454 crank that ain't going to cost me an arm and a leg, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a crank. And then I'd take these big block heads and have the valve job done to them, and put me to, I think the bore on this is 60 over already. I'm not sure how far you can go with a big block. I think I've heard of guys turning these big blocks, so boring them out to a 100 over, then those pistons start getting pretty spendy. But if it's a loose 60 over, I don't care. I just want to put her together to run hard, and maybe I'll Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get crazy, stick that 454 in that little Sonoma out there. That little S10 Sonoma. Step on the throttle on that, see how long it takes to bend the truck in two. But anyway. Alright, I guess while I got an intake, I'm going to get welded up and get surfaced and get ready to be used. And I guess get this stuff all put away somewhere. So. Thanks for putting up with me, everybody. I'm gonna, I don't know, I might rethink on how I do my videos, and if I'm having a crappy day, you guys may not see a video for a while, and I'll just try doing them when I'm happy and things are going better. But I'm just tired of this bad luck. So, alright. Thanks, and hang in with me there. I'll get some more interesting videos up, and like I said, we got Camaro to work on, got some welding to do, a couple of different projects, and so, alright, I'll shut off.